Good afternoon, guys. So the thing is, I have never attended an international school, nor have I ever lived in an English-speaking country. But by learning English on my own in a lazy way, I managed to achieve a pretty good level in English, I would say. And I actually also completed my bachelor and master degree, which were instructed in English. I already did 2 videos regarding language learning advices in general, this one and this one. So if you are interested, the links are in the description box below. But today I wanna share with you guys more specifically about how I learned English by myself in a fun and lazy way without studying. So let's get right in. Yalla yalla. First step, watch YouTube videos or any other medias that you preferred and watch it without English subtitles first for at least, I would say 30 minutes a day for about a week. You might be wondering, why? Why without English subtitles? Because personally, I find it much less stressful to watch videos in the beginning without subtitles because it can be overwhelming sometimes with so many subtitles, so many new vocabularies, and so on. And remember, we are here to have fun, right? We are here to enjoy language learning process and to enjoy our life. So let's not overwhelm ourselves in the first week of learning this language. And another important reason I believe to watch videos without subtitle is to try to develop your language sense from day one. So when you are watching the videos, try to focus on how this language is spoken by people, you know, the tones, the rhythm, and also how people speak English, their facial expression, their mouth, their body languages, and so on and so on. Have you ever heard of a statement saying that our personalities shift when speaking a different language? I find this statement so interesting and so true. So anyway, in first week of learning English, just try to get a sense of how this language functions and you will be good. Step number 2. So after watching videos without subtitles for about a week, now it's time to turn on your subtitles and watch it with English subtitles. So I usually prefer to watch videos that are less than 10 minutes long. Otherwise, I find it quite easy to get overwhelmed as a beginner. And also, as a beginner, my go-to videos to watch are always travel vlogs because I find it not only very entertaining to watch, it also contains many changing scenes. So it's gonna help me a lot to navigate what he or she is talking about and to guess the meaning of sentences and words. Additionally, I would also prioritize watching videos that contains familiar topics, places, or products. For example, I'm pretty familiar with Japan as I used to live there before. So my go-to video to watch as a beginner would be Japan travel vlogs because even without knowing the language, a familiar topic like this would help me immensely in understanding the context and also in guessing the meaning of the sentences and words. Third step, pick a shorter video that you love watching and repeat after each sentence of what the speaker said with emotion as if you were the speaker yourself. This is very important and you might wonder why with emotion? because based on my personal experience, I find myself improve much faster, especially in speaking, when I involve my emotion in reading English out loud, like mimicking their tones, their rhythms, their facial expressions, and even their hand gestures. I remember when I was a teenager, I loved watching Nika Higa's contents to an extent that I even memorized the whole scripts of some of my favorite videos and acted out myself. Yeah, just involve your emotion in reading the English sentences, and it's also much more interesting and fun to do that. At least that's what I felt. You might be also wondering, do I look up the words that I don't know when watching videos? Well, yes, sometimes I do, but only when I feel like doing it, and only when I'm like curious about a certain word. I've never followed any rules like you have to write down all the new words that you don't know and look it up later, or you have to write down at least 10 words each day in order to memorize it, etc., etc. I just do what I feel like doing and just have fun. Now, moving on to the fourth step. Talk to yourself. It's time to talk to yourself. So, to be honest, you can talk about anything you want, like anything, whether it's about your day or about the videos or articles that you watch, that you read that day. But personally, I find it super useful to talk to yourself when you experience some sort of emotion, like when you are excited, you are happy, or you are angry, sad, confused, etc., etc. I find it very funny because whenever I run into some shitty things, shitty situations that just made me really angry and want to complain a lot, I usually like all of a sudden become really good at English speaking when complaining about things. Surprised, but I guess it's a good thing. So I think in general, just involving your emotions when you speak and learn English is very helpful and effective in improving your English skill in general. Nice! Step number 5. Congratulations if you have reached this stage. After you have been doing step 1 to 4 for at least 1 hour a day for approximately 6 months, well, it depends on how much time you spend on English each day. So it could be longer than 6 months or shorter than 6 months. But anyway, if you have reached this stage, you can start incorporating reading English novels in your English learning routine. So just pick one novel that you like and that you could understand at least 60%. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fun to read. And I would recommend reading fiction over non-fiction like novels, because books in general have very few pictures, right? So as a language learner, it can be quite difficult to digest sometimes, and it can even be a bit boring. But usually novels will keep you engaged with the story. At least that's what I find to be quite effective in helping me to stay focused. If you are already in or about to join an academic environment that will require you to use English, I would highly suggest to read more English books, as I find it very helpful in improving my grammar and writing skills. I think the foundations I built through reading English books helped me significantly in writing English essays and also my graduation thesis back then for both my bachelor and master program. Yeah! Finally, last but probably the most challenging step. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. So, to put yourself in an environment or situation that will require you to use English. For example, I decided to join a bachelor program that used English as an instructional language. Of course, you don't need to do a program like this in order to improve your English. You can, for example, join an online course with a subject that you are interested in that is instructed in English. Or you can find a language exchange partner whom you can talk casual things with using English. Or you could join a meetup where everyone's are required to speak only in English. Or if you are working in your work, you can try to seek any opportunities you could to interact with English-speaking clients, whether it's via email or video chat. Or you can do like me, filming videos in English and post it online. I find myself improve the fastest when I intentionally put myself in this kind of environment. It's like, again, in order to complete your task, you have no choice but to figure out how to apply, how to use English while keep on improving it. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you came all this far, yeah! I hope this video is helpful. And remember just to have fun. Enjoy the learning process and enjoy your life. For me, there's really no such things as you have to do this, do that in order to learn a language. Just do whatever you feel like doing and just play around with it and just have fun. I would say if there's any magic when it comes to language learning, it would be to learn to have fun while learning the language. So I wish you best of luck in learning English, and later I'm gonna share a bit about my motivation of learning English. If you're interested, feel free to stay with me for a few more minutes, and if you're not, I'm gonna say goodbye to you here. Goodbye, and see you in the next video. Bye. It's always really funny whenever I recall the reason back then when I was still a teenager that motivated me to start learning English. So I remember I was around 12 years old back then, and one day on the streets, I saw two strangers near my neighborhood speaking fluent English. And I still remember vividly that at that moment, I literally couldn't take my eyes off them because that was, for me, so freaking cool to be able to speak English like that. And yes, guys, that's the day that I made up my mind that in the future, I'm just gonna be just as cool as them. Like walking on the streets and speak fluent English. So that motivated me to start learning English back then. And these simple, I just want to be cooler by speaking fluent English goal has brought my English so far till today. So yes, that's my motivation back then. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video again, and I'll see you. Oh, I just hit my lamp again. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. 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 I'll give you 2 hearts. Bye.